Good morning, traders. Welcome to this week's ELLIOTTWAVE Forex and Cryptocurrency Market Analysis webinar. I hope you all had a great week. As I've indicated last week, I will be with Sandile. So this is the team from Trading Wave. So my name is Victor Manena, CEO of the company, and Sandile is the Chief Operations Officer for the company. So we thought today we should show our pretty faces so you can put the face to the voices. So this is us, this is the team, guys. So we'll be doing the weekly outlook. So after this, we'll have a Q&A session with the members that have joined us today. And thank you all for joining us for this live webinar. Really appreciate you. All right, so we're going to get started. If you look at last week, guys, we had a almost 99% accuracy analysis. Almost 99%. So anybody who has watched our video last week and took some of those trades should not have lost money in the last week. So we'll also show you just exactly how we do it and how our members benefit from this. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen quickly so we can just show you what the website looks like. So let me just share my screen quickly here. Right, so this is now on our Telegram screen, on our Slack screen. I just want to go to the website. Let me just pause here. I'm just pausing the screen so I can get the right one in here, so I can get the website on. Right, so this is our website. Trading-Waves. So these Trading-Waves, guys, we have been running the 50% special for the month of July. So the whole month for 30 days, we ran a 50% off on the lifetime plan. Well done to those who have taken advantage. Today is the last day. After today, the special closes. In the next 24 hours, we will be closing that special for the half price on the lifetime plan, so you can take advantage of that. So we're going to get started. As usual, we start with recaps of what we looked at in the last week, how the market played out, and what we're looking or what we're expecting in the new week. But before we get started, if I'll just get Sandile to say hello to you guys. So you've seen Sandile, or you've heard Sandile present some of the weekly outlooks every now and then. So here's Sandile.
Morning, guys. Obviously, morning South African time. I know we are in different parts of the world, but yeah, guys, this is Sandile. Yeah, you've heard the voice before, and I'm sure you guys have been wondering. I know you know Victor. And a couple of times back then, he has showed his face. So this is the first time you guys are seeing my face. So I'd like to welcome you guys, and it's good to have you on this session.
Great, welcome, Sandile. All right, so let's get started. So we are going to look at first a simple chart. Okay, we're going to start with a simple chart on what we looked at in the last week. Let's have a look at so I've been saying 99% accuracy of the analysis last week. So I'm just going to pick up one, which is US dollar yen. All right, so guys, we've got timestamps. We've got timestamps if you're not interested in watching the whole video. So just look out for the timestamp. So you'll see there here that I'm going to go to the US dollar yen timestamp and just pick up what we analyzed in last week. So this is last week's video. Before we get started on to the recap, guys, if you'd like to contact us, you can do so by going to those to the description of all our videos. You'll find our contact details. So those numbers, you'll either find myself or Sandile or any of our administrators. So those are the only numbers you can reach us through. And then we've got and then we've got our Telegram channel as well. This is where we post up notifications and announcements. There is no analysis here, guys. So you can also follow us on our social media pages, and that is our Twitter and Facebook, and also our website. You've also just seen the website. I've shown you the website. This is our website. And don't forget to check out our charts of the week. Every Sunday, we post a chart of the week. You can just go to resources and go to the chart of the week. All right. So that is how the website works. All right. So Sandile, I don't know if you wanted to say something there before we start.
No, I was just confirming, because I think we lost you there for a sec. So I wanted to confirm for the guys that were still hearing you.
Okay.
Just maybe something to add on there, V. We'll be running a special, guys, but Victor, you can just tell more details there on the full course and the advanced one-on-one special that is coming up.
Yeah, so you can look out for that. So we're not going to have a special anymore on the lifetime plan. So we will confirm if there is going to be any on the other plans. But just look out at the social media pages, and our website will be posting that up. All right, so those are our contact details, and those are the timestamps. So let's get started with the recaps. Now, this was the analysis last week. So this is what I looked at. So as you know that I usually give the weekly outlooks, and mostly during our live trading room, Sandile gives the guys details in terms of entries and execution. And I'm just going to show you what the analysis was in the weekly outlook, and Sandile will take you through what they analyzed, or what he analyzed for the members during the live trading room, and how they needed to execute that setup. So I'm just going to show you what we analyzed. So this is last week. Let's just let the video play a bit. Okay, I'm just going to hold it there. So we're still going to show you the trade recaps on our Slack channel. So this was the analysis. What I give you here in the weekly outlooks is just an overview. As I keep saying, that this is, anybody can do this. Anybody can focus the direction of the market. It is the timing that is critical. How do you time? When you see this pullback, when do you execute? When do you pull the trigger? And this is what Sandile does with the members in the live trading room. So Sandile, just show us what you analyzed with the members during the live trading room and how you executed this trade. I'm going to give you host so you can share on your side and just explain what you did with the members. I don't know if I should share that video on my side, or you want to do that.
That's fine. I would share it this side, Victor.
Okay, I'm going to give you host. All right, Sandile, you are the host now. You can, I think you can share your screen. I'm going to pause my site.
Just make.
Let's start it. So this is the video from our live trading room.
Yeah, if you can just go to 2949, 2149 per the timestamps.
Okay, so that is that, yeah. On 2149. Are you able to annotate?
Let me see. Annotate. Yeah, the guys should be able to see my.
Yeah, there. We can. So you can. I'll play the video, then you can just speak over it.
All right. Okay. So guys, just pause it a little bit, Victor. So guys, as Victor has explained that over the weekend, what we do is we give you guys an outlook, what is expected in the market. And then when you're in the live trading room, that's when we get to just bearing in mind that we're carrying over from the weekly outlook that we had. So what we do now in the live trading room, that's when we get more into detail and trying to look each and every move that the market makes. So after we saw this over the weekend, then Victor, please play the video. So during the live trading room with the guys, so this was based with the indicator. Unfortunately, you won't be able to hear me talking them, but this was taken from the indicator after we've seen what is happening. So this is where we're showing our members that we've got, this is a three-wave moves coming to the downside. So let's just watch there. I will be explaining what we've been detailing them. So if you are familiar with the Elliott wave, we always say that the market will move in a three-wave moves most of the time. So we've had our first leg, which was a three-wave moves there. What we're expecting there, pulling those fibs, we're just looking for the retracement, which will normally go around 50 to 61.8 fib retracement. Now we're trying to see there where is our equal leg going to come in there. So we're basically looking for the cluster between the Fibonacci retracement and also the Fibonacci extension. Okay. Now the indicator had already told me that we are going to get the move to the downside here, but it was a matter of where are we going to get that move from there. Okay, if you can just keep on skipping, Victor, while I explain. All right, so now this is where we have mapped the blue box. We've told our members that we've got this as a three-wave moves. Now we are looking for this three-wave pullback, which should go around the 56.1.8. That is confluencing with that blue box there. Now, if you can pause it there, Victor. Now, if you guys will recall, if you can look at the DXY as well here at the start of our week outlook, the previous week, we were said that the DXY was going to trade lower. So we're just trying to show the members that because of the correlation between the DXY and the US dollar JPY, we expect that the DXY was going to drop. So there was no way we can expect that the US dollar JPY was going to go against the DXY. So we're basically looking at the correlation, looking at the Fibonacci levels, looking at the Fib extension level. So all this coming together, and we can continue playing Victor. So we're explaining that, and we wanted to see this to be going exactly right inside the blue box. We look at that as a three-wave move, a W, as detailed over the weekend, and then we're just looking for our connector there, our wave X, and we wanted it to come right into the blue box. This is, we are notating there that we're expecting that to come into the blue box. There was a three-wave moves there on our first leg. So we were expecting to see the last three-wave moves there. You see that last three-wave move that we're expecting there? That is exactly what US dollar JPY. We are notating that we want to see that one touching the blue box. And then from there, this is where we expected to see it to drop. So you can pause the video, Victor. You can pause the video there. Right, so if Victor, can you just take us on that chart, the after chart now? How did the US dollar JPY play out?
Okay, I'm going to do that now.
So now this is the beauty, guys, of being in a live trading room or to have joined our community, because over the weekend, some people, they tend to jump into these trades while they have not been confirmed, just because they saw that forecast that we have. Remember that the forecast, like as Victor said, it was like almost 99% correct, but now it's a matter of when do you click that trade, or when do you execute that trade. I think it should be the second one from the top there. It should be just after, that is there. Now, this is a chart here. This is the chart that we represented, that we were expecting that move to the upside for the US dollar JPY. After we have explained what we're expecting on the live trading room. Now, can you just show us the chart? How did it play out after the Victor? Guys, this is pure magic, okay? If you understand this, you get to pinpoint these trades exactly where they're expected to trade. I know we're not all about picking the tops and bottom, but the blue box is one of those strategies that will allow you to pick up a pinpointed area. You can see that US dollar JPY there within 48 hours, that dropped about 498 pips, and our members have been able to book the profits, and they know what to how to handle this going forward here. Partial of the profit has been booked, simple and straightforward, and this is almost like a textbook setup, as my colleague would call it. But if you don't understand the cycle, the sequence of the theory, then you don't get to know when this is exactly going to make the move to the direction that you are expecting. So there is it, guys, simple and straightforward. 498 pips on the US dollar JPY that play out beautifully. And from here, our mamas, they know we are expecting a little bit of a push of a move to the up to the sideways. Then from there, we're going to be expecting that she is going to that we are going to see a move to the down side. So about that, guys.
Right,
so Victor, you can take over
your baby there. Right, Sandile.
Yeah.
So I think what Sandile mentioned, which is very important, is that you need to understand the cycle and the sequences. So what we're showing you here is just the front end of a very detailed analysis. There's a whole lot that goes on behind this chart. Okay, so I'm going to go take you through the rest of the recaps before we focus what we are looking at in the next week. All right, so let's just look at the recap. So if you look at the analysis, I'm going to show you what we analyzed last week. So this is pound US dollar. So we were expecting that we're going to have a three-wave move last week, and I'm going to show you what we forecasted last week and also the chart that I showed last week. So this was a three-wave structure that we're expecting on pound US dollar, and this is obviously how it played out. All simply because we understood what the dollar index was doing. We understood the cycles. As you can see, that's another 354 pips. Now, Sandile has just shown you only US dollar yen. So if you look at last week's video on all the yen pairs, 100% inch perfect analysis forecasted correctly. So that is how we looked at the market. So that was pound US dollar. New Zealand, we're expecting the same thing. As you can see, blue box, and expecting a move to the upside. Look at that. We're forecasting that we're going to go into the blue box. So the blue box, as you can see, does not just work individually. It works with a special indicator that Sandile was alluding to. So as you can see, we get into the blue box, powerful, combined with the indicator, it makes another 138 pips. That trade obviously is still in play. We're still expecting a three-wave pullback as analyzed in the last week. All right. So that was New Zealand US dollar yen. We've already shown you that. Pound yen also forecasted exactly like US dollar yen. Look at that. We're expecting that it will push into the blue box. So this is a powerful strategy. We're expecting a move into the blue box and then downside. Okay, so how does that play out after that? So let's have a look here. Pound yen. Look at that. 475 easy pips. So this was the forecast here. We went into the blue box here. So some of you will not have seen this. We would have thought that this was going up. But last week, we indicated that this was going to come to the downside. So last week, we had already made the structure. We were already about to make a move to the downside. And the indicator was showing us we're going to see more downside. We're still expecting a bit more downside here. We're still short on pound yen. You'll see why. I've actually indicated why we're expecting more downside on pound yen last week. All right, so that was a pound yen. Let's have a look at the rest. So we also had, let's have a look at silver here. If you look at the video last week on silver, so I was expecting that we're going to have this one as a move here and then one more down before we push to the upside. So you will see that silver has started a move to the upside from right here. So we missed that. So why am I showing you this? I'm showing you this because it does not mean that the strategy is fail proof. Okay. So in this case, we did not get confirmation for one more down. We did not get confirmation for upside here as yet. So we were still expecting one more down as far as the sequence is concerned. We didn't get this one more down, and silver is already around this level. I even posted this one on TradingView, expecting that this was going to make one more move into the blue box, one more down, and then upside. So you do get some of this. This is not, I mean, this is trading, it's practical. I mean, there's no what do they call it? There's no magic here. So you still need to use your risk management, which is absolutely critical for cases like this. But as you can see, majority of the time, of our trade executed, about 70 to 75%, we are accurate in terms of execution with proper risk management. Okay, so this was silver, and that is how we looked at silver. Then you've got CAD yen. So as I'm indicating, all the yen pairs focused at 100%. So this is CAD yen, expected this one to complete its three-wave move here. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, and then expecting this to make a continuation to the downside as follows. All right, so that is CAD yen. Let's have a look and see how this one has played out eventually. And this, guys, is just in the last week alone, 311 pips. Okay, so all the yen pairs forecasted like this. Just look at last week's video, 311 pips to the downside. As you can see, we did not quite get into the blue box with this one. Got confirmation here from the indicator that this was going to drop and complete the wave 2. So as you can see, the cycles are absolutely critical. Right, so that is CAD yen. That's the last one of the trade recaps. Right, guys, so if you like our content, please give us a thumbs up. give us a thumbs up and hit that bell notification button so that you get an alert the next time we upload a video. All right, so also drop us your comments. We appreciate your input and feedback, so drop us your comments. We will try by all means to respond to your comments, and I've already indicated what our contact details are. And lastly, as far as the announcements are concerned, our next course, guys, don't miss this one, starts on the 5th of September. So we are about just 5 weeks away from the start of our course. So you can get the course on our website. You can purchase the course. You get a fully recorded course immediately when you make a purchase. So what does that do? What is the advantage of that? The advantage is that you get to watch the fully recorded course, and then when we have the live one for 10 days, you'll be with myself and Sandile and some of our traders as well. We're spending 10 quality days with you where you get to ask any question. So the knowledge that we have, we give it, we impart it as it is. We don't hold anything back because that is what you pay for with the course. All right, so that is the 5th of September. Make a note of that. So in terms of timing, we start at 1800 GMT and we run for about 3 to 4 hours daily for 10 days. So the course includes the special indicator that we keep referring to that is integrated into the Elliott wave theory. All right, so let's get started with the analysis for today. All right, so mostly you will see that it's just a continuation of what we analyzed in the last week. So I'm just going to go there and share my screen here. Let's go to the live chat here on TradingView. So let's have a look here at Euro US dollar, and I'm going to make reference to some of the charts on the website as well here. So let's just go to instruments. So what are we expecting going into the new week? So let's have a look at the DXY first. Let's start with the DXY. So last week we forecasted that the DXY is going to make a pullback, and then that's why we expected a short-term US dollar weakness in the last week. So let's just refer you back to the DXY in the last week. So this is the video from last week, so you can see where that came from. So that is the DXY. And then the ads come. So let's wait for the ad to just move there. Okay, so this was the analysis on the DXY. What did we expect? So I showed you the long-term view. Yeah, let me just show you here and not on the video. Let's go to the DXY. I'm going to be a bit more detailed like I did in the last week, just on the DXY, and for the rest, I will not go into as much detail as I will with the DXY. So this is for you to understand exactly where the analysis comes from. Right, so this is the DXY on the daily. What did we say? So this was the chart posted way back in January, as I've indicated in the last week. Hope you can see that clearly. So that was way back in January. As you can see, January the 9th, we said the DXY was going to push to the upside, and we have pushed to around this level. We are now expecting a 3-wave pullback. Okay, I see there's some comments on the chat box. Anila, if you can just look at that. I don't know if I won't be able to look at that while I'm presenting here. All right, so we are expecting this 3-wave pullback on the DXY. So that is the expectation. So that is the move that we're currently in on the DXY. So that was way back in January. All right, so now I'm going to go back here so you can see the daily. So look at that. From January, we were expecting only upside on the DXY, whether there was news events, the FOMC, the NFP, and by the way, we've got the NFP coming up this week on Friday. So our men will be doing analysis for our members, just for them to see what we expect going into the NFP. So this is the expectation. So we've been expecting the DXY to do this, and we have even reached around this level, as I've indicated last week. So the move now has reached this level, and we're expecting a 3-wave pullback. All right, so let's just go to the 4-hour. So this is the 4-hour. So this is where we are. So if you look at the 4-hour chart, this is what we shared. Already you can see what the DXY is doing. It's already doing that. We're expecting this move here. Let's go to the live chart here. Okay, let's go to the live chart. So on the DXY, so you can see where that is coming from. This is where we are on the daily. So we're making that 3-wave pullback. So this, if it is it may be a it may be a double correction. So far, we've got this, we've got that. That is the three-wave structure that you see indicated on the DXY. We're expecting this on the DXY. So just to share for you that chart again, let me just get to it, the 4-hour chart on the DXY. So this is the chart on the DXY that I want you to see, that we've shared with our members. So that is what we are looking at. We're looking for this three-wave structure as far as the DXY is concerned. And that was the forecast from last week already. All right, so let's have a look here and see what we're expecting. So on the 4-hour, as indicated, we're expecting this. Now, obviously, the DXY is the inverse of the euro. We're expecting that we're going to have a three-wave pullback. So this is already on the trade setups for our members. We've got specific trade setups for our members with pinpointed entries. I'm just going to show you here where our trade setups are. So these are our trade setups. We've got special trade setups. These are high probability trade setups from the blue box. So let's just show you here what the forecast was. So just to show you on US dollar yen, where's US dollar yen? I can't see US dollar yen here it should be on the blue box trade setups. Okay, so let's have a look here on the blue box trade setups. Let's have a look. There we go. So just to show you, we already showed you that setup here on US dollar yen, the analysis from Sunday, the analysis during the weekly, during the live trading room with Sandile, we forecasted that. I've already shown you that. So those are the trade setups for our members, showing the days exactly as to when they were posted. Now I'm just referring to this one here on euro US dollar. So this has already dropped into the blue box. It's going up a bit slowly. We're still expecting this to play out. We are in this one here. It's currently around this level. So this is still in place. So just to show you some of the trade setups, I'm not going to open all of them for you guys. This is for members, so you can only see this one here. All right, so that is the setup, but that is what we're expecting as far as the euro is concerned. We're still expecting this to make 1, 1, 2, 3. As forecasted last week, we're still expecting that to at least make this move. Could this be the end of the move as far as euro US dollar is concerned? What do I mean by that? So if you look at this on the higher time frame, so we could be at the end of the move, but that cannot be confirmed as yet. All we know is that we're going to have at least 3 waves going like this on the euro. You'll see with the other structures on Audi and New Zealand that we may have ended this move to the downside, and we're going to have that deeper correction as I've indicated. Pound US dollar. Let's have a look at pound US dollar. I just want to open up a pound US dollar. So this is pound US dollar, and I'm going to go to the 4-hour. What have we analyzed in the on pound US dollar? So pound US dollar, we gave this one in detail last week that we're expecting a 3-wave move. Now, if you look again, I'll keep referring you to the website here. If you look at what we forecasted on pound US dollar, I'm just going to show you what the forecast is. So this move here in 3 waves has already played out completely. You've seen this one already during the trade recaps. So have a look at this one. Look at this. This is 3 waves on pound US dollar. Have we not got all of these 3 waves already? We currently already made these 3 waves, and this is how pound US dollar has already played out. Look at that inch perfect analysis, the 3 waves that were forecasted, and we indicated this one during the trade recap. So if I can just measure the number of pips here on a pound US dollar. So this is already made 500 pips, almost 580 pips on pound US dollar. All right, so that's how we analyze. US dollar CAD indicated that we may still have a move to the downside. So we've had this one here. So there were 2 things here as far as US dollar CAD is concerned. I see you guys are asking questions, guys. I will respond to your questions at the end as well. But Sandile will be attending to your questions. Unfortunately, for those that are watching, the video cannot see the questions and the answers. So I will read them out towards the end of the video. So this is what we're expecting here. We're expecting a bit more downside. Obviously, the DXY, we're expecting short-term weakness, so we should see a bit more downside on US dollar CAD as expected. US dollar chief, let's have a look at US dollar chief. Last week, what did we say on US dollar chief? We were around here, and we said because we're expecting dollar weakness, remember we had a setup here on US dollar chief. We were expecting this move, but we only got 50% of it, which is around here, about 300 pips on the US dollar chief. Okay, we only got 50%, but then the move continued to the made a move to the downside. So when we got here, we saw an opportunity for a move to the downside because the DXY had changed that direction. So this is the chief, and we're still expecting a bit more downside here, a bit of a pullback and continuation to the downside. There is no opportunity for a new entry there, so we'll be just expecting that to continue to the downside. Now, guys, Audi and New Zealand, these are important charts. These are two very important charts as far as the direction of the US dollar is concerned. Why do I say that? Have a look at this that I have been explaining. We've been explaining this for some time now. Have a look at the weekly chart on, or the daily chart on both the Audi and the New Zealand. So let's have a look at those two charts. Now, if you look at the daily chart, when was this posted? This was April. Look at this. This was April on Australian dollar. So we were still right here at the top. Let me just see here. So we were still here at about 71. We expected that this was going to make a pull back and it was going to make a move to the downside. How old is this chart? This is a daily chart. Now, this structure is very critical, guys. Look at this. And we have now started the move to the upside. Okay, we've already started this move to the upside. That's why I'm saying this is absolutely critical, because if this has started a move to the upside and this is confirming that move to the upside, that means that DXY move to the upside may have ended as well. Okay, so let's show you here how this has played out on the weekly as well on Audi. Let's go to that weekly chart, or rather the daily chart. Have a look at how this plays out. Inch perfect, guys, inch perfect. Let me show you here. This is what we're looking at. So this is what happens when you understand the cycles and the sequences. So somebody was saying that they've learned a lot from watching our videos on Sundays. So, and I said to them, you have not seen anything, because what you're seeing here is just a front end of a very detailed analysis. How many times have I shown you guys this structure? 1, 2, 3 down, 1, 2, 3 up, and 1, 2, 3 down. What is happening now? This is completed, and we're looking like this one is going to give us a WXY corrective structure. So we forecasted this move here. We forecasted this move here. We forecasted this move here. This is the end of the move. Now, if we just count the number of pips here, let's have a look here. So we forecasted down this pullback, 475 pips. We forecasted this move to the downside. How many pips is that? And this is on the dailies. This is what we've been trading. Look at that, 600 pips. Now, we forecasted that this move to the upside, you can do the math. Another 300 pips, almost 1,500 pips in just this move on Audi US dollar. What is the expectation now? If we go just to on the 4 hour, we're expecting that this may have, if that move on Audi, or rather on the US dollar, has started to the upside, that means the US dollar may be well on its way to the upside as we have forecasted. Now, these are very important charts. This is Audi as well as the New Zealand. Now, the New Zealand is exactly the same. Let's have a look at the New Zealand. Let's go to the New Zealand, and we'll move a bit quicker from here. So have a look at this New Zealand. These are very important charts, guys, very important charts. Okay. So very important chart on the New Zealand, detailing exactly how the cycles and the sequences work. All right, so let's have a look here. So I'll be looking at this one here. So let's have a look at the New Zealand, look at the daily chart as well. While that is loading there, let's have a look at the daily chart. Now, look at the daily chart. How many times have we been saying that the New Zealand is giving us this 3-wave structure? I've shown this last week as well, that we expected this one to have made 1, 2, 3 down. This is another 3 waves that you can see clearly. This is another 3 waves that you can see clearly. Now we're expecting at least a pullback. Have we got that pullback yet to the upside? Let's have a look at that one in the 4 hour. Okay, so just because we've got some time for Q&As at the end, I'm not going to go through each and every chart. I'm just going to show you the highlights, and then if you guys have any questions, we'll give you a bit of time to ask questions. So don't ask us about the indicator, or don't ask us to show you the indicator, but you can just ask any questions around it. But we cannot show you the indicator. That is a priority strategy. So what were we expecting? We're expecting more upside here on the New Zealand. US dollar ZAR showed you last week what we're expecting with this. Exactly the same thing. Let's have a look at here on US dollar ZAR. US dollar ZAR on the daily, I've shown you last week here what we expected. We've got a simple 3-wave structure here on US dollar ZAR. Let's get it up here on the daily. I'm still here, guys, so I just want to get this one here on the daily. US dollar ZAR does not want to load here. Let me try this here. All right, so that's what I wanted to show you. These two very important charts, and this is one on New Zealand. This is the chart on the daily again. Look at this one here. The forecast was that we're going to have a pullback here. Look at that. So this pullback, this is a massive move because this is a daily chart, and then downside, also a massive move, and then expecting that upside on New Zealand. Okay, so let's have a look here at how the New Zealand chart has played out. So this is what it has come up to. So that pullback again, just like what you've seen on, I'm trying to get my tools here. Just like what you've seen on Audi. So this is what you have here. The pullback that we forecasted, and then move to the downside and a push to the upside. Okay, so that's what we've got there on the New Zealand. US dollar ZAR, you've already seen US dollar ZAR. So that is US dollar ZAR. Let's have a look at that. 1, 2, 3 simple moves to the upside. Okay, 3-wave move to the upside here. Guys, let me just load this up again. Looks like the chart is not loaded fully. Right, we've done New Zealand, US dollar ZAR. There we go. So US dollar ZAR as forecasted last week, 3 up, 3 down, and 3 up. Okay, so that's what we expected on US dollar ZAR. This 3-wave move. Now we're expecting, will this start making a move to the downside with the expected weakness on the dollar index? That may be the move that we see here with this WXY corrective structure here on the US dollar ZAR. Okay, let's go to the yen pairs. You've seen already pound yen on the trade recaps. I don't need to go through this. You've seen that we're expecting a bearish move. Just refer back to last week's video here as well. I'm not going to go into that detail. So you've seen the moves are already playing out, those that we analyzed last week. You've seen this one on trade recap, expecting this one to continue to the downside. So last week we expected this one. We were here, we were making this move. We just expected this one to continue to the downside. You've seen this one on a trade recap. US dollar yen, we've shown you during trade recap as well. We're expecting more downside here as well. 3-wave pullback and continuation to the downside. I'm not going to waste time repeating that. Last week again, we indicated on euro yen that we're going to have a pullback here, expect continuation to the downside. So guys, this is just a continuation from last week. We were here last week, we're about to make this move. We said expect a bit of a pullback and continuation to the downside. That is where we are with euro. 100% analysis from the last week. So you've also seen on Chief, we didn't show you Chief this week, but showed you last week when I was making this move that we're going to get a pullback like this. This one confirmed by the indicator that you're going to get a drop. You can just go and count. I've only shown you US dollar yen trade setup, but members have seen all of these as far as, so let me just get this one off here. Okay. Right. So members have seen this, all of this here in the last week. All right. Detailed. Right, so that is Chief Yen, CAD Yen. You've also seen this one during trade recaps that we forecasted this move here and then the drop. What do we expect? We're still expecting a bit of a pullback and continuation to the downside. So anyone who has watched that video from last week should have made money at least in the week. All right, so this is now Audi Yen, exactly the same thing. It's just the yen pairs, guys. What do you expect? Same thing. They're all correlated. So something that Sandile mentioned that is important in the beginning of the video was that the market is correlated. So you need to have a correlation. The market does not move in single form. The market moves as a whole, and the whole market is correlated. So you need to understand this correlation. Now, talking about correlation, you'll see the correlation between the yen pairs and the commodities. Okay, so this is now New Zealand as forecasted in the last week. we expected that the New Zealand is going to give us a bit of a pullback here and continue to the downside. So just go and have a look at that video. Indicated last week that this looks like a regular flat. We've got a complex B correction there. So that is what we expect. This is what I drew last week, that this is going to do that. Go watch that video. That is exactly what we've got. And those are the yen pairs. Now, talking about correlation, look at gold. We know that yen and the yen pairs and gold are inversely correlated. So when you see the yen pairs making a move to the downside, so that means there is uncertainty in the market usually, and people will rather invest in the yen. Why am I saying they're investing in the yen while this is making a move to the downside? If that means that more people are putting their money on the yen, it means buying the yen. In this case, when you see this making a move to the downside, that means they're selling the US dollar. Okay, they're selling the US dollar. Okay, why? When they sell the US dollar, they are putting their money in the yen, which is a so-called safe haven currency. Now, gold is also a safe haven currency. When they sell the yen pairs, what happens to gold? Gold also, they buy gold. Okay, so this is what we call safe haven. Okay, so this is what the correlation that you see. But we're not just looking at the correlation. Where is the cycle and the sequence? The cycle is this one here. Look at the daily chart. I've shown you this last week, that gold may have ended the move to the downside. Okay, so we've got the cycle, we've got market correlation, we've got the indicator. Look at this one here. 3 waves down, 3 waves up, 5 waves to the downside, as I've indicated last week. Now, where is this 5 or 3, 3, 5 structure? This is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I detailed this last week exactly as it is playing out now on gold. This is a move to the upside. We're starting to get this. Is this a confirmation that we're going to have this whole purple degree playing out as a regular flat? And if it's a regular flat with 335, we could be heading to the upside on gold. Remember, we wanted to see 1600 on gold, but this is just as good because it follows all the Elliott wave rules. So this is now gold and how gold has played out, starting to make that move to the upside. We'll be watching that. Now, silver, I've shown you that we wanted to see one more move to the downside here. You can watch last week's video as well. We indicated that we're going to have one more down before we get to the upside. We did not get that one more down. That's fine. That's all good and well. We'll be looking for this one to give us an opportunity, and we will get that when the indicator gives us an opportunity to enter. But why is that move? That's because we are seeing similarly 3 wave structure here on silver, and we could be starting a move to the upside. So let's just keep an eye on that one. Platinum. All right, so before I get to that, let me show you this the gold structure here on the website. Let me show you what we focused at on the website. This is the analysis on gold. Let's have a look at this. Now, I've talked about correlation, I've talked about the indicator, and I've talked about sequences. Now look at the weekly chart on gold, okay? Look at this chart here. This chart, the structure that you see forming on gold is this one that we forecasted way back in, let's have a look here, January. Look at that. January, what did we say in January? We said we're gonna have this structure doing that, and then a move to the upside. Has that structure completed on gold? That is what we've got, and we're making a move to the upside here. As we're going to make a move to the upside as far as gold is concerned. So let's have a look at the daily chart as well. So on gold, so that is the structure. That is what I'm trying to show you here. Let's have a look at this structure here, and look at this magic. In June, indicated that the structure is playing out as forecasted, and we're gonna get this move. Look at this structure here on gold. Look at this, 1, 2, 3, looking for the 5th wave here. So we're actually going to change the labelings here. So it's not going to be WXY, it's going to be an ABC structure. Our members know, or those that have attended our course understand the difference between WXY and ABC, and that is also very critical, guys. So look at that structure. How many points here? From 1900, we focused it from 1900. We did get to 1900 and made a move to the downside. Let's just show you here on the structure here and on how gold has played out. Let's just show you again here so you can see this structure on the daily, that it has played out inch perfect as forecasted. From 1900 on gold, this is where we got gold from. 1900 here. That structure that you see there on the daily is this one. We focused on that on 1900. Look at that, and then the move to the downside. Okay, how amazing is that? So that is what we had on gold, and that is the move to the downside. That is how it has played out. You can just count the number of points there from 1800 to about 1600. A $200 move on gold is a massive move in terms of points. Okay, let's have a look at silver as well. So just to show you again, silver as well on the commodities, let's show you silver. So you can see where these come from, guys. So what you're seeing here on Sundays is nothing compared to the analysis that we do for members on our website. Have a look at the daily chart on silver. Let's make this bigger. Look at this. Let's get this one here. So look at this here on the daily. Where did we get silver from? From 24. Okay, obviously we expected it to go as low as around 16, but we've now reversed around this area. But we were simply looking for this three-wave structure, and that's why we're still expecting one more down here on silver, but it has already started the move to the upside here, silver. So let's have a look here, just to take you back on silver again and how this one has played out on the daily. Let's have a look at that. Where did we get that? Exactly here. Why? Because we are looking for this to be a three-wave move, wave two, and a move to the upside. Is this the start of the move to the upside? Do not rush into this, guys. Still waiting for this one to confirm, and that is what we're looking at on silver. All right, very interesting moves. Platinum. How long have we been selling platinum for? Could this be the end of the move on platinum? Look at the three-wave move here on platinum. 1, 2, 3. Looking for this one to start a move to the upside. Okay, so that is platinum. Could be starting the move to the upside. Brent crude oil, I showed you exactly how this was going to play out in the last week. I'm still expecting this structure. We'll look at this one here. Let's have a look at it on the daily. And you go look at last week's video as well. So you must always do yourself a favor, guys, to watch the video before you watch the current weekly outlook. So oil, we said that this is going to make a move like that. We've got a complex B correction there in the red degree, and that this is going to continue to the downside. But this can still give us one more down so that we can complete this structure. We can get as low as this structure as far as Brent crude oil is concerned before we start getting a move to the upside. Let's keep an eye on that one. So that is oil, guys. I'm just going to run through the rest here. This is pound Audi. We expected that this was going to make a move to the upside and then do this because we have got what looks like a complex B corrective structure there. So you can just wait for this one to play out. CAD yen, or rather pound CAD, expecting this one to continue to the downside. 1, 2, 3. We could get a move to, rather not to the downside, my apologies. We could get at least a three-wave pullback here. I'm on the daily chart here. I'm not going to go into much detail here. We don't have much trade setups on this. Pound Chief has been on a downtrend. We've been selling this one from here. If those of you that have been watching, you know that we've been selling this one from there. Any pullback here on Pound Chief, expect continuation to the downside. So I'm not going to spend so much time here on the crosses as well as the pound pairs. So pound New Zealand expected a pullback like that. So we've got this one here. We've got one, expecting this one to start doing this before coming to the downside. 1, 2, 3, expecting a move to the upside on pound New Zealand. The euros, similarly, we expected this one to continue to the downside after making the three-wave structure here. Look at that inch perfect three-wave structure. Expected this one to continue to the downside. Has played out exactly as forecasted. No indication of a reversal. US dollar CAD. Need we talk about US dollar CAD, or rather Euro CAD? We've been talking about this being bearish from right here at the top, similar to pound CAD. Euro Chief. So Euro Chief as well. We've been seeing this downside from around here after it made this three-wave structure. We've just been on a downtrend here, expecting a move to the downside. Okay, Euro Pound, I indicated that the structure may have changed last week. Looking at how this was making a move to the downside, we have got this one having made this pullback here. Okay, having made this pullback here and then downside. So we expected downside from last week here on the daily chart. Let me just go back to the 4-hour so we can look at the lower time frames. So on the 4-hour on the Euro Pound, we expected this one to just make a three-wave structure. Remember what we had focused initially? We were anticipating that this could make a three-wave structure blue box and make another new high. But we didn't make a new high, we only made 50%, and that 50% we saw it was going correctively, so we knew that if it is going correctively, it is not an impulse, so it's a continuation move to the downside. That's what we have there. Pullback, expecting downside some more. Right, so that is those are the euro pairs. Euro New Zealand still bearish, nothing changes, still the same as euro Audi. So as you can see, three-wave structure up here, 1, 2, 3, expecting more downside. You may get a structure like this, so there's a possibility for this here, for this move here, 3 up, 3 down, a 3 up, and the down. So we'll be watching this. But so far, this is not being confirmed as yet. All right, so that is what we've got. All right, so that is what we've got here on the euros. I'm not going to go through the crosses, guys, so I'm just going to go through the indices. Indices, they were critical last week, and I indicated that you need to watch this very clearly, because the indices have been giving us what looks like a three-wave structure, and it looks like this is the start of the move to the upside. Expect a pullback and continuation to the upside. We'll be waiting for new trade setups around this area. This is now the S&P 500 WXY textbook WXY structure on the indices. Guys, I want to refer you to our video, how to trade WXY or WXYXZ like a pro. Search it on our channel. It may help you. Dow Jones is the same as the S&P 500. You can see it's the same structure. 3 waves down, 3 waves up, 3 waves down. Could it be the end of the move and we're starting to see upside? Let's watch that. So that's a nice WXY structure. Looks like we're getting an impulsive move to the upside on the indices. Those are that's the Dow Jones Industrial Transportation. Okay, let's have a look at that one. So this is the transportation. I'm just going to take you to the website so you can see the indices here. Let's have a look at the indices so we can show you these analysis. So last week we wanted to get confirmation. So let's have a look at what we got or what we analyzed in the week. So let's have a look here. We've got some really good setups here on the indices. Let's have a look here on the S&P 500. So those who trade the indices, this is the S&P 500. Have a look at this one here. Okay, so this was the S&P 500. As you can see here, we've got a clear WXY structure here in the green degree. That was on the last week's 1 hour chart. This is what we forecasted. This is the 4 hour here on the indices. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, expecting upside. Okay, so that's the daily. Look at the daily chart. So I want you to see here what we focused when we got to this level. We're expecting that this could be a three-wave structure and then a move to the upside. Okay, already way back in May the 15th, we expected a move to the upside. Okay, right, so that is what we've got here on the S&P 500. Let's have a look at the others. So S&P 500, let's look at the next one, which would be let's have a look at the DAX. Okay, so guys, we'll be giving you some time for Q&As. If you've got any questions for us, we'll give you some, we'll open time for about 10 minutes for you guys to ask questions if you do have any questions. So on the 4 hour, look at that. On the indices, I want you to see the daily. So this is the 4 hour on the DAX. So look at the DAX here. We've got this one having made this WX here, Y, and we're looking for this one to continue to the upside. That's the three-wave structure. Does not have the right look, but it's exactly what the sequence is telling us, that that is the next move to the upside. Okay, right. So that is what we've got on the DAX daily chart, 1 hour chart, as well as the 1 hour chart. Okay, so that is the one. So let's have a look at the rest of the indices here. So that is the DAX that I've shown you there. Let's have a look at the NASDAQ. Let's have a look at the NASDAQ on the indices. Those who trade indices should also be making money because the trend is just continuing to the upside. Right, so look at that blue box setup here on the NASDAQ. Clear ABC structure, ABC into the blue box, expecting a move to the upside. Look at that. That is what we're expecting here on the NASDAQ. A continuation move to the upside from the blue box. So let's see how that plays out. That is the NASDAQ. And now we're looking at, let's have a look at the Dow as well. Right, so this is what we've got here on the NASDAQ, or rather the Dow Jones Industrial, 1, 2, 3 into the blue box and a move to the upside. Okay, that is the 1 hour chart and now 4 hour chart. As you can see, clear three-way structure across board, as I've been indicating. All right. So let's have a look here. So those are the indices. Let's have a look at the Nikkei as well. So let's have a look at the Nikkei. Lastly, on the indices, let's look at the, oh, there's also the UK 100. We'll finish with the UK 100. Let's have a look at that. All right, so this is the UK 100, a move up here, a clear B correction, wave 2 correction here, looking for this to start making a move to the upside. What have we been saying about the Nikkei? So the Nikkei, we've been seeing this structure for a while. I've been talking about this structure for a while, looking at this one to be an expanding flat. We've got 3 waves down there in red, 3 waves there in red, 3 waves there in red. Now we're making another 3 waves to the upside on the Nikkei. So that is on the 1 hour, and on the 4 hour, this is what it looks like in the New York. This is what it looks like. And lastly, guys, the UK 100 on the indices. All right, so guys, so this is the last chat. If you like our work, please give us a thumbs up, drop us your comment, and hit that bell notification button so you get an alert the next time we upload a video. Look at this one here. This is the UK 100. If you look at the 4 hour, this is the forecast. Clear structures, guys. So we've got to see that we are in wave 4. We forecasted this move here on wave 4 a couple of weeks back, and then we were expecting that after that pullback, we were going to have a continuation to the upside. We initially thought it was going to go like that, but it is not going like that. It's giving us a pullback in this fashion here, a zigzag in ABC corrective structure. We're expecting a move to the upside on the UK 100. And that's all I had for you for this week, guys. For those that are watching us live, I'm going to open about 5 minutes to 10 minutes, depending on the quality of questions, for you to ask questions. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, while I'm waiting for some to ask any questions, I'm just going to read for the benefit of those that are only watching the video. Read the questions that are asked here by some of the members attending live. So here's a question. Not sure if I can ask this on this forum. Hi, Victor. When you use FIBS, etc., is it best to use it using candlestick charts, or are there times when a line chart would work out better? Okay, so the answer to that is, as far as the Elliott wave theory is concerned, we consider wicks on the candlesticks. So the candles, the wicks on the candles are considered as part of the market structure. Whether you call it a spike or whatever you want to call it, that we consider, as far as price has traded in that area, we consider that as a price move. So when you take your Fibonacci level, we expect that you consider the wicks and don't use the line chart. We don't use the line chart when you take the Fibonacci level. Here's a question from Sam. I hope I've answered you. Let me just make sure. Okay, I hope I've answered you there, your question. All right, and then here's another question. Do you guys analyze or trade I think you're trying to, it's a derivative of volatility index, V50, V75, etc. Yes, we analyze any market. Trade, we don't trade everything, okay? But any chart that you want analyzed. So for example, if you're a member and you're interested in only specific charts, we can always analyze those for you during our live trading room. Okay, so you're asking about derivatives of volatility index. We do analyze it, but does not mean that we trade that. So we can't trade the whole market. We've got only specific, we only trade specific charts that have got high probability trade setups. Those we trade. Any other question? Any other question? Let me see if I can read some of the some more questions here. And if anybody wants to, okay, let's have a look here. Let's have a look here. I want to see if I've missed any question. If there are no more questions, guys, I am going to end it, but I see there are some more questions. What is your setup win rate? So I keep saying that as far as the forecast is concerned, we are about 90%, 95% accurate forecasting, but that is not trading. Make a mistake, okay? Make a mistake. Don't make a mistake that we only focus, we only just forecasting. We focus and we trade. We still have to execute. So the execution rate, the win rate as far as the trades that are executed is concerned is 70 to 75% on average. But the forecast, we can forecast the market almost 90, 95% accurate. How do you back test? Back test is a simple, back test, you just go back in time. I mean, to test your strategy, you can even use this tool here on TradingView just to show you. Let me just show you how you back test here. Anyway, there's a tool here on TradingView. So if you want to test your strategy, go back in time. You can just cut this chart at any place. So for example, here, let's show you what you can do here. There's this replay. If you go to replay, you can cut the chart anywhere and you can back test your chart. So you can see here, and then you can start playing it. You do your analysis and then you start playing it. That's how you back test. Simple. Victor, on indices last week, you said it might go down. Yes, we did say that. Let me just go back to the indices. We did say, so we had two views here on the indices. Let me go to the indices again. Let me just show you one here. Remember what we're looking at here on the indices. So I said this is going up in 3 waves, right? If this is going up in 3 waves, there's still a possibility for this to make a move to the downside. And if I'm analyzing or forecasting a direction, there must be a justification in terms of the sequence. It must conform to the sequence. So we had 1, 2, 3. This looked like a 1, 2, 3, but this looked like another 3-wave pullback. So when we said that this could potentially go down, there was this possibility that this can give you what we call an 11 swing sequence WXY, rather, not WXYX, WXYXZ. So the forecast must be justified by the sequence. So this was what we were looking at when we said that there's a possibility for this to go down, that it could make another move to the downside before making a push to the upside. Is that clear? So any forecast is justified by the direction. All right. And what is the risk to reward ratio? The standard risk to reward ratio is 1 to 2. As Sandile has already answered that, risk is 1 to 2, and you risk about 2%. All right, it looks like those are all the questions that we had. Thank you very much for attending. Yes, the silver setup is invalidated because we may start a move to the upside. Oh, so I see there's still more questions. Okay, let's see if we can take 2 more questions before we continue. Hi, Victor. Concerning the special indicator, did you guys design the indicator or have you combined existing indicators on MT5 and use it to confirm your trades? We've designed the strategy. So we've designed the strategy. Thank you, guys. Going once, going twice. Any other question? All right. Thank you, guys, for attending. We appreciate your attendance. Don't forget to like and share the video. Cheers, everybody. Thank you, Sandile. All right. Have a great week.